Hello my dear students, in this lecture we are going to learn thermochemistry. This is a very interesting topic and very much important topic for GATE examination. Basically we will define what is thermochemistry. Thermochemistry means thermal and chemistry. Now here it is a branch of science in which thermal energy is produced from the fuel by the oxidation reaction and chemical energy is released. Now here in this definition we want thermal energy. My dear students, we want thermal energy and we have fuel, and from this fuel if I burn this fuel or during the combustion of this fuel, thermal energy is released by oxidation reaction. The reaction is oxidation reaction, right? Means oxygen is there. With the help of oxidation reaction the fuel will release thermal energy, and this process is called chemical energy or chemical reaction. Therefore whatever may be the energy in the fuel is a chemical energy. This chemical energy is released into thermal energy. Means during thermochemistry the chemical energy is converted into thermal energy, right? Or we can say heat, and during this there is a oxidation reaction. My dear students, in fuel there is a chemical energy. Chemical energy is inside fuel, and these fuels are formed with the help of carbon and hydrogen, right? There will be a carbon, x number of carbon and y number of hydrogens. This is called fuel. And my dear students, for the combustion of this fuel we have two types of environment. So let us talk about environment, right? We have two types of environment for the combustion, right? This CXHY fuel is added in environment, whatever may the environment for the combustion, and then there will be a oxidation reaction. And there are two types of environment. These environments are basically, one is oxygen environment, right? Oxygen environment means there will be a oxygen O2, and there will be a second environment, that is air environment. And my dear students, air is nothing but 79% nitrogen plus 21% oxygen, right? Therefore we can say air is equal to 79% nitrogen plus 21% oxygen. This is the air environment. Therefore we can say 1 air is equal to oxygen plus 79 by 21 nitrogen, if I divide by 21 both side, right? So from this we can get one idea that for the combustion we have fuel in which there is a carbon atoms and hydrogen atoms, and we have environment in which there is a oxygen or there is a oxygen plus nitrogen, right? So my dear students, during combustion we have carbon, we have hydrogen, we have oxygen, we have nitrogen, right? So few important points we have to understand about the reactions of these hydrocarbons and oxygen and nitrogen. So make a note that important points here. During combustion we have fuel CXHY, and we have environment. In environment we have oxygen as well as nitrogen, right? We have oxygen as well as nitrogen in the environment. So for the reaction we have carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. And my dear students, out of these four elements, hydrogen is explosive element. Explosive element means hydrogen reacts first and reacts rapidly with oxygen, right? Whenever hydrogen sees the oxygen, it will get married with oxygen and it will form a water, right? Therefore hydrogen reacts first and reacts rapidly with oxygen and forms H2O, means water. And during this process, during the marriage of oxygen and hydrogen, large amount of heat is released. That means during the reaction of hydrogen and oxygen, chemical energy is converted into thermal energy, and that means the large amount of heat is released, right? And my dear students, it is a heat addition only, right? The reaction or heat addition or conversion of chemical into thermal is completed, right? Therefore whenever any hydrogen sees the oxygen, it will become water, right? H2O. So as of now, don't concentrate on the balance of equation. We are going to see very good quality numerical where we will balance the equation also, right? Don't worry about that. Let it be like this only, right? Later in the question we will balance the equations, right? And during this reaction large amount of heat is released, which is used as a heat for the power generation, or this is a heat supply to the engine, right? My dear students, you have heard about the hydrogen bombs, because hydrogen is a very reacting element with the oxygen and it reacts rapidly, right? It reacts rapidly, that's why it is hydrogen bombs are made. and once the hydrogen reaction is completed, then carbon reaction starts with oxygen, right? And this carbon reacts second after hydrogen reaction is completed. So my dear students, remember that first of all hydrogen will marry first, right? Hydrogen will complete its reaction, and then only hydrogen will allow carbon to get react with oxygen, right? Therefore first of all balance the hydrogen and oxygen reaction and form the water, and then only go for carbon balance, right? Now carbon reacts second and reacts slowly. That means after completion of hydrogen reaction, carbon starts its reaction, reacts slowly with oxygen, and whenever carbon sees oxygen, carbon will marry with one oxygen, right? CO, it will become CO. That means carbon will react first with oxygen and it will become first carbon monoxide. CO is nothing but carbon monoxide, and carbon will go into the environment and see, it will see that is there any more oxygens present. Then whenever reaction starts, carbon will first become carbon monoxide, and if more oxygens are present in the environment, then carbon will marry with one more oxygen and carbon will become carbon dioxide, right? This is very important point. Remember my dear students, after the completion of hydrogen reaction, carbon starts its reaction and first carbon will become carbon monoxide, and if more oxygen is available, carbon will become carbon dioxide then only, right? And my dear students, nitrogen do not want to marry with anyone. Nitrogen is non-reacting element, right? Nitrogen do not react with anyone and will come out as it is. Means after the reaction, the total number of nitrogen atoms will remain same because nitrogen is not going to react with anyone. And one more thing is that my dear students, carbon is trying to react with oxygen after the reaction of hydrogen, and let us say hydrogen reacted with oxygen, and after the reaction of hydrogen and oxygen there is no oxygen for the carbon, then carbon will try to find out oxygen, but if carbon do not find oxygen, then carbon will come out as it is. This is called unburnt hydrocarbon. If carbon do not find any oxygen, then carbon will come out as it is. This is called unburnt carbon hydrocarbon, right? And my dear students, always remember we have three types of pollutions. Carbon is a pollution, carbon reaction with oxygen is a pollution reaction, and hydrogen reaction with oxygen is a heat reaction, that is heat is released, right? We have three types of pollutions, that is unburnt hydrocarbon, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. And my dear students, always our target is to obtain this carbon dioxide, right? By planting more trees we can reduce this carbon dioxide. Hence always our target is to, if there is a pollution, then carbon dioxide is good pollution. Now here I am not justifying any kind of pollution, my dear students. All pollutions are bad, but along these three pollutions, that is unburnt hydrocarbon, then carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, this along these three, among these three pollutions, carbon dioxide is less harmful as compared to unburnt hydrocarbon or unburnt carbon and carbon monoxide. So your target is to achieve this carbon dioxide because there is always pollution whenever there is a combustion. Now my dear students, the stoichiometric combustion is nothing but a perfect combustion. It is also called perfect combustion, right? Stoichiometric combustion means perfect combustion, and during this combustion there will be only carbon dioxide in the pollution. That means carbon dioxide is present in the exhaust. And my dear students, carbon monoxide and unburned carbon, these are not present in the exhaust, that is these are not the pollutions for stoichiometric combustion or perfect combustion. So my dear students, these concepts let us understand with the help of simple numerical. Let us say the butane means C4H10 is burned in oxygen atmosphere. Now my dear students, here fuel is butane, right? So here I am writing fuel used is butane, which is nothing but C4H10. It is burned in oxygen atmosphere. The atmosphere given is oxygen, means it is reacting with oxygen O2, right? Then determine the percentage of carbon monoxide in exhaust if 1.5 moles of oxygen is less available than stoichiometric combustion. Now let us understand this reaction. So they have mentioned that 1.5 moles of oxygen, 1.5 moles of oxygens are less than perfect combustion. Perfect combustion means stoichiometric combustion. So first of all let us understand what is stoichiometric combustion. or what is perfect combustion. Stoichiometric is also called perfect combustion. So let us understand this stoichiometric or perfect combustion. So my dear students, the fuel is C4H10 and the atmosphere is oxygen, and during this oxidation reaction in combustion, after combustion hydrogen will react rapidly, and it will become water that we have seen. Therefore there will be a water H2O in the exhaust. And for perfect combustion or stoichiometric combustion, the carbon will react with oxygen, and always the pollution is carbon dioxide. Therefore hydrogen plus carbon dioxide, and during the reaction of hydrogen with oxygen large amount of heat is released. Therefore there will be a heat, right? Now let us understand the perfect combustion or stoichiometric combustion. There will be only carbon dioxide in the pollution or exhaust, right? Now see how many hydrogens are here. There are 10 hydrogens, right? And for one water 2 hydrogens are required. Can you imagine here H2O, in this there are 2 hydrogens, right? And there are 10 hydrogens, means 10 hydrogens will form 5 waters. Therefore here 5 waters will be there in exhaust, right? See here 5 into 2, 10 hydrogens. And my dear students, for one carbon dioxide, one carbon is required. One carbon dioxide will have one carbon, and there are 4 carbon atoms. C4 means 4 carbon atoms. Therefore these C4 carbon atoms will form 4 carbon dioxide. Therefore there will be 4 carbon dioxide, right? Here we can say 5H2O plus 4 CO2 plus 4 CO2. You can see here, first of all, balance hydrogen, my dear students. There are 10 hydrogens, will form 5 water molecules, right? There are 4 carbons, they will form 4 carbon dioxides, right? Now see the oxygens, number of oxygens required for 5 water molecules plus 4 carbon dioxide. See, for 5 water molecules 5 oxygens are required, right? And for 4 carbon dioxide, for 1 carbon dioxide 2 oxygens are required. Therefore for 4 into 2 8, 4 into 2 8 plus this 5, 8 plus 5 13 are required. And we have O2, 13 means we need 6.5 moles of oxygen. See, 6.5 into 2 13. Can you able to imagine? See, 6.5 into 2, this is 13, right? And here in this there are 5 oxygens required, and in this there are 4 into 2, that is 13 oxygens are required total. Now this reaction is your perfect combustion or stoichiometric combustion. And what they are saying, in exhaust determine the percentage of carbon monoxide, that is CO, in exhaust if 1.5 moles of oxygen is less available than stoichiometric combustion. Now for stoichiometric combustion 6.5 moles of oxygens are required, and they are saying 1.5 moles are less available, means 6.5 minus 1.5 means 5 moles of O2 are available for the combustion, right? Now here total 5 moles of oxygen are available. So let us understand this reaction, my dear students. Now here, so we have calculated the number of oxygens available are 5. Therefore C4H10 plus, now 5 oxygens only available plus 5 O2. Then there will be an oxidation reaction. Now during this reaction hydrogen reacts rapidly, right? Hydrogen will not see that carbon reaction not started yet. Now hydrogen will not give chance for the carbon to get reacted. Whenever hydrogen sees oxygen, it will reacts rapidly and becomes water H2O, and during this process large amount of heat is released. Therefore as there are 10 hydrogens, therefore for one water molecule 2 hydrogens are required. Therefore there will be 5 water molecules, and during this process large amount of heat is released, right? Therefore see, for water 5 oxygens already gone. You can imagine here, for water O2, 5 oxygens are gone, right? Now total we have 10 oxygens, 5 into 2 total we have 10, 5 into 2 total we have 10. Out of 10 5 gone, means remaining are total 5 are remaining. Now total 5 are remaining, and there are 4 carbons, my dear students. There are 4 carbons, and whenever carbon sees any oxygen, see, whenever carbon sees any oxygen, then carbon will marry only one oxygen, means carbon will become carbon monoxide. That means there are 4 carbons, therefore CO plus CO plus CO plus CO. There will be 4 carbon monoxides for 4 carbons. And my dear students, see here, for water there are 5 oxygens, and for 4 carbon monoxide there are 4 oxygens, means 5 plus 4, 5 plus 4, total 9 oxygen gone, and total we have 5 into 2, 10. Total we have 5 into 2, 10. Out of 10, 9 gone, means 1 is still remaining. And whenever any carbon finds more oxygen particles, then it will become carbon dioxide. Means only one oxygen is available, therefore any one carbon monoxide will become carbon dioxide, right? CO2, right? And there will be 3 COs. Therefore here there will be 3 COs, 3 carbon monoxide, right? And during this process large amount of heat is released. This is your reaction, my dear students. Now can you able to balance this reaction? See here, there are 4 carbons, therefore in CO2 1 carbon, and in CO 3 carbon, 4 carbons. There are 10 hydrogens. In water H2 into 5, 5 into 2, 10 hydrogens. There are 10 oxygens, 5 into 2. Now for water there are 5, for dioxide there are 2, 5 plus 2 7, and for monoxide there are 3, right? 10, means reaction is balanced. And they are asking what is the percentage of carbon monoxide. They are asking what is the percentage of carbon monoxide. Therefore percentage of carbon monoxide is equal to, now my dear students, total 3 carbon monoxide are present, total 3 carbon monoxide molecules are present, therefore 3 divided by, out of how many, there are total 5 water molecules, 1 carbon dioxide and 3 carbon monoxide, means total are 5 plus 1 plus 3, total is 9. Out of 9, the 3 are carbon monoxide, therefore we can say 3 divided by 5 plus 1 plus 3 into 100. This is how we can calculate percentage. Therefore percentage of CO, sorry, this is the percentage of CO, carbon monoxide. Therefore percentage of carbon monoxide is equal to 3 divided by 9 into 100, which is nothing but 33.33%. This is the percentage of carbon monoxide. Now my dear students, if someone asks you what is the percentage of carbon dioxide, let us say percentage of carbon dioxide. Percentage of carbon dioxide is, there is only one carbon dioxide molecule, therefore 1 divided by, out of how many, 5 water molecules plus 1 carbon dioxide plus 3 carbon monoxide into 100, right? Therefore it is 1 divided by 9 into 100. Therefore percentage of carbon dioxide will be equal to, if I calculate this percentage, will get 11.11%. If someone asks you what is the percentage of water molecule, then the percentage of water molecule, percentage of H2O will be equal to, there are 5 H2O, you can see there are 5 H2O out of 5 plus 1 plus 3, right? Out of 5 plus 1 plus 3 into 100, and if I find this percentage, I will get 55.55%. And my dear students, the total must be equal to 100%. Therefore percentage of carbon monoxide plus percentage of carbon dioxide plus percentage of H2O must be equal to 100%, right? So let us add them and check whether it is matching or not. Now percentage of carbon monoxide we have seen, it is 33.33%, right? 33.33%. Percentage of carbon dioxide we have seen 11.11%, plus percentage of carbon dioxide we have seen 55.55%. If you add them, you will get 100% exactly. Now we will see one more numerical. Now here the question is C10H22. Here C10H22 is nothing but fuel. So fuel given is C10H22, right? Is burned in air atmosphere. So my dear students, atmosphere given is air atmosphere, right? It is burned in air atmosphere. So already we know that air is nothing but, it is a oxygen and nitrogen. So in air we have 79% nitrogen plus 21% oxygen, right? Therefore we can say 1 air equal to divided by 21, then O2 plus 79 by 21 N2, this will be air, right? So air is a atmosphere. Then determine percentage of carbon dioxide in the exhaust. Here question is to find percentage of carbon dioxide, right? We have to find percentage of carbon dioxide in exhaust. Condition is if 3.5 moles of air are less available than the perfect combustion, right? Now 3 moles of air are less available than the perfect combustion, right? And already we know that perfect combustion is nothing but stoichiometric combustion, that already we have seen, right? Perfect combustion means stoichiometric combustion. Now for perfect combustion or stoichiometric combustion, the pollution is always carbon dioxide only. Therefore, let us understand this reaction. Here the fuel is C10H22. This is the fuel, plus the atmosphere is air. Therefore, it is O2 plus 79 by 21 N2. This is the atmosphere, and there will be a combustion, right? And during this combustion, there will be oxidation reaction. And my dear students, whenever hydrogen reacts with oxygen, here the hydrogen reacts first and reacts rapidly. Hydrogen is an explosive element. Therefore, hydrogen first reacts with oxygen and becomes H2O, that is water, right? And during this process, large amount of heat is released. Therefore, whatever may be the hydrogen will become water. Therefore, there will be a H2O. And my dear students, can you see here? First of all, we have to balance hydrogens. Now there are 22 hydrogens, and for one water, 2 hydrogens are required. Means there will be 11 water molecules. Because of this 22 hydrogen, we will get 11 water molecules. Therefore, we will get 11 water molecules, 11 H2O. Right. Now after this, once the hydrogen reaction is completed with oxygen, then carbon reaction will start. And for perfect or stoichiometric combustion, there will be a carbon dioxide only in the pollution or exhaust. Therefore, plus carbon dioxide, CO2 plus CO2. And my dear students, for one carbon dioxide, one carbon is required. See, here there is a C, right? Therefore, there are 10 carbons in C10H22. Therefore, they will form 10 carbon dioxide. Therefore, there will be a 10 carbon dioxides in the exhaust, right? Now, now check the number of oxygens required for this perfect combustion. Now for water, that is H2O, 11 oxygens are required. You can see here, for water 11 oxygens are required, and for carbon dioxide 10 into 2, right? Here 11 and here 10 into 2, 20 oxygens are required. Means 11 plus 20, total 31 are required. 11 plus 20, total 31 are required. And my dear students, oxygen comes in pair, that is O2. So 31 divided by 2, how much? It is 15.5. Therefore, here there will be a 15.5. 15.5 air molecules are required. You can see 15.5 into 2 is nothing but 31. Therefore, for perfect combustion, 15.5 molecules of oxygens are required. Right. Now, this is a perfect combustion. Right. This is a perfect combustion. So, my dear students, during this combustion, see, nitrogen is non-reacting element. Nitrogen do not react with anyone. Right. Nitrogen do not react with anyone. That already we have seen in theory. Right. So, here, how many nitrogens are there? Here, 15.5 into 79 by 21 nitrogens, they will come out as it is. Therefore, total number of nitrogens are here plus, we can say 15.5 into 79 by 21 N2 will come out as it is. And during the reaction of hydrogen with oxygen, during the formation of this water, large amount of heat is released. This heat will be heat supplied to the engine, right? So my dear students, for stoichiometric or perfect combustion, 15.5 moles of air are required. And in question, they have mentioned that 3.5 moles of air are less available than perfect combustion. Therefore, total moles required are 15.5, and they are saying 3.5 moles are less available. Therefore, total moles of air available are 12. Right? These are the available moles of air. So, my dear students, let us go for the actual reaction. So during actual reaction for this fuel, that is C10H22, total 12 moles of air are available. Air means O2 plus 79 by 21 N2. This is availability now here, and there will be a combustion. There will be a oxidation reaction. Now hydrogen is a reacting element, reacts first and reacts rapidly. So hydrogen will not give chance to anyone for the reaction. First hydrogen will get reacted with oxygen and forms water, and during this process large amount of heat is released. Therefore, these 22 hydrogen molecules form 11 water particles, right? H2O. For one water molecule we need two hydrogens. There are 22 hydrogens, therefore there will be a 11 H2O molecules, right? Now for this process, for this reaction, total 11 oxygens are used, total 11 O are used, right? Now total oxygens are, can you see here, 12 into 2, total oxygens available are 22, sorry 24, 12 into 2, that is 24, and from this 24, 11 gone for the water, right? Now so we have 24 minus 11 equal to 13. We have 13 more to react with carbon, right? And we have 10 carbons. Here C10 is written. And my dear students, carbon reacts second and reacts slowly, and carbon will become first carbon monoxide. That means carbon will become CO first, right? Therefore there are 10 carbons, therefore these 10 carbons will become 10 CO, therefore plus, we can say CO plus CO plus CO plus, these are the three, see 1 2 3, and more 7 plus 7 CO. That means we can say total are 7 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, total 10 CO will be formed, right? Now my dear students, for this 10 CO, 10 oxygen will go total. Now balance oxygens are 13 because already 11 are gone for water. Now balance are 13, therefore from this 13, 11 will go for 10 CO, therefore more 3 oxygens are remaining. Now this CO, this CO will see that in combustion whether there is more oxygens or not, and if there is more oxygens, then this CO will become CO2, that is carbon dioxide, right? And there are three more oxygen particles are available, or three more oxygens are available, so 3 CO will become CO2. Therefore here we can say this CO will become CO2, this CO will become CO2, this CO will become CO2, right? Now you can check here, now you can check here, balance the equation, right? Later we will write for nitrogen. Let us check, right? For oxygen, see for water 11 oxygens gone, right? For 3 COs, here we can say these are the 3 CO2s, right? 3 CO2 plus 7 CO, right? Let us check the number of oxygens here, right? Now for 3 CO2, 3 into 2, 3 into 2 is nothing but 6 oxygen, right? And here 7 oxygen, 7 into 1, right? That means 11 plus 6 plus 7, this becomes equal to 24, this becomes equal to 24, and total oxygen available are 2 into 12, that is 24, means oxygens are balanced, right? That means reaction is completed, right? And nitrogen do not react with anyone, nitrogen will come out as it is. Therefore here total number of nitrogens are 12 into 79 by 21 N2, they will come out as it is, plus 12 into 79 by 21 N2. And my dear students, while reacting hydrogen with oxygen forming H2O, large amount of heat is released, right? There will be a heat, this is the heat addition to the engine or heat supply, right? Now my dear students, the question is to find percentage of carbon dioxide in the exhaust, right? Therefore percentage of carbon dioxide, percentage of CO2 will be equal to, see my dear students, here you will get 11 water molecules, total number of molecules will be 11 water molecules plus 3 carbon dioxide, plus 3 carbon dioxide plus 7 carbon monoxide, right? 7 carbon monoxide plus 12 into 79 by 21 nitrogens, therefore 12 into 79 by 21 nitrogens, these are the total molecules in the exhaust, right? And and carbon dioxide are 3, therefore percentage of carbon dioxide in exhaust will be equal to number of carbon dioxide molecules divided by total, that is total is 11 plus 3 plus 7 plus 12 into 79 by 21 into 100. If I want to find percentage, then I have to multiply with 100, and if I do this calculation, the percentage of carbon dioxide you will get, percentage of CO2 in the exhaust you will get equal to 4.53%. Therefore this is your answer for the question. Now my dear students, fuel is nothing but, if I talk about fuel, it is CXHY, and there are two types of environment for the burning of this fuel. Environment, are there are two types of environment, that is only oxygen or air, that is oxygen plus 79 by 21 nitrogen. These are the two environments we have, right? Oxygen or air environment. Now my dear students, there are two notes. Note number one is that lean mixture or rich mixture. Let us say first note is rich mixture. Rich mixture. Rich mixture means, my dear students, fuel is more. Fuel is more. Rich mixture means fuel is more. Now this fuel is reacting in some atmosphere, right? Means we have this fuel plus environment, right? With fuel there will be a oxygen only, or with fuel there will be a air, right? And if this fuel is more than stoichiometric combustion, then it is called rich mixture. Fuel is more means rich mixture. My dear students, fuel is more means environment is less, right or wrong? Fuel is more means environment is less, right? So in question, if they mention you that environment is less, then fuel is more, that means it is a rich mixture. And second note is that lean mixture. Lean mixture. Lean mixture means fuel is less. Fuel is less. If whenever fuel is less, that means the environment in which the fuel is burning is more, right? Fuel less means environment is more, right? Therefore for lean mixture, fuel is less, that means environment is more. So with the help of one simple example, we will understand for rich mixture what type of pollution will be there, and for lean mixture what type of pollution will be there, because it is a straightforward competitive exam questions. Let us consider very simple example. Question is methane. Methane is a fuel here. CH4 is a fuel. Is burned in oxygen atmosphere. Now environment is oxygen, right? So the CH4 is burned in oxygen atmosphere, and there will be a combustion. There will be a combustion, or there will be a oxidation reaction. And during this process, let us understand the perfect combustion. Perfect combustion is nothing but stoichiometric combustion. For this perfect combustion or stoichiometric combustion, in exhaust the pollution is only carbon dioxide, right? Now this hydrogen reacts first and reacts rapidly and becomes water. Therefore there will be a water molecule, H2O, right? And pollution is always carbon dioxide only for perfect combustion. And during the reaction of hydrogen with oxygen, large amount of heat is released, right? Now, so my dear students, for one water molecule two hydrogens are required, and we have total four hydrogens. Therefore these four hydrogens will form two water molecules. Therefore there will be a 2H2O for perfect combustion. And for one carbon dioxide, one carbon is required, and we have only one carbon in the CH4, that is fuel. Therefore there will be only one carbon dioxide in the exhaust, right? This is a perfect combustion. So my dear students, for perfect combustion, see how many oxygens are required. See, for water total two oxygens are required, and for carbon dioxide 1 into 2, that is 2 are required, means total 2 plus 2, total 4 oxygens are required. And we have O2, therefore 2 molecules are required. Therefore 2 molecules of oxygen, 2 molecules of O2 are required for perfect combustion, right? This is stoichiometric or perfect combustion. So let us understand first of all rich mixture. Number one, we will understand rich mixture. My dear students, rich mixture means fuel is more. Fuel is more. And so my dear students, as fuel is more, that means, that is, atmosphere, environment is less. Environment is less. Environment is less. Environment is less means oxygen is less. O2 is less, right? So in rich mixture we will consider two few cases, right? Let us say case number one, 25% less O2, 25% less oxygen is available for the combustion. Now my dear students, here total oxygens are required 2 for the perfect combustion, and 25% less means, 25% less means 2 into 0.25 is equal to how much? This is equal to 0.5 less. That means from 2, 0.5 is less, therefore total 1.5 moles of oxygens are available for the combustion, right or wrong? Are you getting this? This is school level mathematics. Finding percentage is a school level mathematics that you must know. Here we are understanding the concepts only, right? Now 1.5 moles of oxygens are available, that means 25% oxygen is less, right? So this CH4 is having combustion, and for combustion there are 1.5 moles of oxygen. during combustion, so my dear students, during combustion, right, hydrogen reacts first, reacts rapidly. So whenever hydrogen sees oxygen, it will become H2O. Therefore it will become H2O, and total there are 4 hydrogens, right? Therefore they will form 2H2O, 2H2O. And my dear students, here to form this 2H2O, here to form this 2H2O, right, 2 oxygens are gone, 2 oxygen particles are gone. Therefore here we can say, out of 3, 1.5 into 2 means 1.5 into 2 is 3. Out of 3, 2 gone. Therefore there is only one oxygen is now available, and there is only one carbon. This one carbon will react with one oxygen, and it will become carbon monoxide, CO, right? And during the reaction of hydrogen, large amount of heat is released, large amount of heat is released. So my dear students, this CO is nothing but carbon monoxide, carbon monoxide, right? So my dear students, whenever environment is less, that means fuel is more, that means rich mixture, there can be a carbon monoxide also. Yes, there will be a carbon dioxide also. In previous numericals, in previous 2 numericals, you can see, go back there we have mentioned that the environment is less, that means the fuel is more, that means rich mixture. Previous 2 numericals we have considered for rich mixture, and in both equations we have calculated percentage of carbon dioxide. That means for rich mixture, in exhaust there may be a carbon dioxide as well as there may be a carbon monoxide. Now one more thing again, so this point we come to the conclusion, for rich mixture there may be a carbon dioxide as well as there may be a carbon monoxide. Now let us say for perfect combustion, here 2 oxygens are required, 2 molecules of oxygens are required. Let us say 50% environment is less, 50%, second case, B case, 50% oxygens are less. Then stoichiometric combustion, already there are 2, and the 50% of 2 is 1, 50% of 2 is 1, 1 is less means 2 minus 1 is equal to 1, 1 is available, 50% are not is less means 50% is available, therefore only one oxygen is available, therefore CH4 plus O2 is available, and there will be a combustion, there will be a reaction, oxidation reaction. Therefore this hydrogen will react with oxygen and will become water. Therefore there will be H2O, and there are total 4 hydrogens, they will form 2 water molecules plus. Now see, there are only 2 oxygens, and both oxygen gone for the 2 water molecules, right? Here for one water molecule there is a 1 O is required, so 2 into 1, 2 into 1, total 2 oxygens, O2 is gone for the water only. Now for carbon there is no oxygen available, right? For carbon there is no oxygen available, means this carbon will come as it is. This is called unburned hydrocarbon. And during the reaction of hydrogen with oxygen, large amount of heat is released in the surrounding, right? So my dear students, for rich mixture we have seen there may be a carbon dioxide, there may be a carbon monoxide, as well as there may be a unburned hydrocarbon in the exhaust. So my dear students, for rich mixture, that is fuel is more or air is less, right, or oxygen is less, for such cases all the 3 types of pollutions, that is hydrocarbon, unburned hydrocarbon, as well as carbon monoxide, as well as carbon dioxide, are possible. Now let us consider second case, that is lean mixture. Lean mixture means fuel is more, less. Lean mixture means fuel is less, that means environment is more, that means environment is more, right? This is called lean mixture. Now this is always better case, because there will be only carbon dioxide as a pollution. Let us see. Now let us say 50% oxygen is more, 50% oxygen is more than perfect combustion or stoichiometric combustion. Now my dear students, as oxygen is more, that means as environment is more, that means fuel is less. So my dear students, for perfect combustion 2 oxygens are required, for perfect combustion 2 oxygens are required, and the 50% of 2 is 0.5, 2 into 0.5 is equal to 1. That means 50% is more means in 2 1 is more, that means total 3 are available, total 3 oxygens are available. Therefore CH4 fuel is burned with 3 oxygen particles, oxygen molecules, and there will be a combustion. Now hydrogen reacts first, reacts rapidly, and becomes H2O. therefore there will be a H2O. Now there are total 4 hydrogens, therefore they will become 2 H2O molecules, right? Now plus, now see, for H2O, 2 oxygens are gone, 2 O are gone, right? 2 O particles are gone, 2 into 1, 2 gone, and total we have 3 into 2, total we have 3 into 2, that is 6, total we have 6, and out of 6, 2 gone, right? And my dear students, there is only one carbon. Now carbon reacts later and reacts slowly, and this carbon becomes first carbon monoxide, and this carbon monoxide will again go back to the environment, and we'll see if there is more oxygen, it will become carbon dioxide. Now for carbon monoxide, only one oxygen is required, but we have 6 oxygens, and for carbon dioxide we need 2 oxygens, therefore it will become carbon dioxide, right? Means 2 gone, here 2 oxygens gone, and for water 2 gone, 2 plus 2, 4 oxygens gone for water and carbon dioxide, means out of 6, 4 gone, again we have one O2, right? Again we have two O's, na, that means O2, therefore this oxygen will come out as it is, this oxygen will come out as it is, and during the reaction of hydrogen with oxygen, there is large amount of heat is released in the environment, right? So my dear students, for perfect combustion, the pollution is only carbon dioxide, and for lean mixture, that means fuel is less or environment is more, the pollution is only carbon dioxide, and the oxygen will, one molecule or more molecules of oxygen will come out as it is, right? So in exhaust, along with carbon dioxide, only carbon dioxide I am saying, there will be no carbon monoxide, there will be no unburned hydrocarbon in the exhaust for lean mixture. For lean mixture, only carbon dioxide will be the pollution, and oxygen molecules will come out as it is. And my dear students, already I have mentioned you that out of these three pollutions, that is unburned hydrocarbon or carbon monoxide or carbon dioxide CO2, the best pollution is carbon dioxide. All are worst, but among these three, the good one is carbon dioxide, and most harmful is unburned hydrocarbon, right? So my dear students, always it is good to have lean mixture, it is always good to have fuel less, that means environment more. And my dear students, generally air is a environment, generally air is a environment, and air is available freely, this is a free availability of air, right? And for fuel we need to buy this fuel, right? Always we have to purchase this fuel, therefore if fuel is less, that means we have to pay less, then it is always good. So my dear students, lean mixtures are always preferred over rich mixtures. Next definition is equivalence ratio. It is represented by phi. My dear students, this equivalence ratio of phi is nothing but it is the ratio of actual mass of fuel to the stoichiometric mass of fuel. Stoichiometric mass means perfect mass, that is theoretical mass, right? Therefore we can say this equivalence ratio phi is a ratio of actual mass of fuel actual divided by mass of fuel stoichiometric. Stoichiometric is also called perfect mass, perfect mass, or it is also called theoretical mass. Therefore mass of fuel actual divided by mass of fuel theoretical, this is called equivalence ratio, right? And my dear students, we know that whenever mass of fuel actual is more than mass of fuel stoichiometric or theoretical, it is called rich mixture, right? And whenever mass of fuel actual is less than mass of fuel theoretical, it is called lean mixture. Just now we have seen this, right? Therefore number one, if phi is more than 1, if phi is more than 1, that means mass of fuel actual is more than mass of fuel theoretical or perfect or stoichiometric, right? That means it is a rich mixture, that means it is a rich mixture. And my dear students, for rich mixture, just now we have seen the pollution can be, the pollution can be carbon dioxide also, or can be carbon monoxide also, or can be unburned hydrocarbon also, right? Now second is, whenever this equivalence ratio is equal to 1, that means mass of fuel is equal to mass of stoichiometric, that is mass of fuel stoichiometric condition or perfect condition, under perfect condition, that means it is a perfect, it is a perfect or stoichiometric mixture, or stoichiometric or theoretical mixture, right? And during this mixture, the pollution is only carbon dioxide, the pollution is only carbon dioxide. Third is, whenever this phi is less than 1, if this equivalence ratio is less than 1, that means we can say the mass of fuel is less than stoichiometric mass of the fuel, therefore it is a lean mixture. It is a lean mixture, and for lean mixture the pollution is only carbon dioxide. But my dear students, in exhaust there will be a more oxygen molecules also. In exhaust there will be oxygen particles or oxygen molecules also along with carbon dioxide pollution, right? Now we have defined this equivalence ratio as mass of fuel actual divided by mass of fuel theoretical or stoichiometric. Now again we can write like this. Here divide numerator as well as denominator with mass of air. Therefore mass of fuel actual divided by mass of air divided by mass of fuel perfect divided by mass of air. Therefore mass of fuel divided by mass of air, it is a fuel air ratio, right? Therefore it is fuel air ratio actual divided by fuel air ratio theoretical, right, or stoichiometric. It is also called stoichiometric. Let us understand these things with the help of one question. Let us say we have methane CH4 and we have air atmosphere. We have air atmosphere. Now my dear students, air is nothing but O2 plus 79 by 21 N2 that we have already seen, right? And for this, and let us say we will see 25% air is less. For this case, let us find this equivalence ratio or phi. Already we know that as air is less, that means fuel is more, and as fuel is more, it is a rich mixture. But what is the value of phi? That we have to find, right? Therefore that is mass of fuel actual divided by mass of fuel theoretical. By what magnitude the mass of fuel is more than mass of fuel actual is more than stoichiometric or perfect mass of fuel, right? That we have to find. Let us first calculate the stoichiometric mass of fuel, or here this phi can be written as fuel air ratio actual divided by fuel air ratio theoretical. Now let us find this, right? My dear students, for perfect combustion also called stoichiometric combustion, this CH4 is burned in air atmosphere, that means O2 plus 79 by 21 N2, right? Now during combustion hydrogen reacts rapidly, and this will become water, therefore this will become H2O, and total there are 4 H2 hydrogens, means it will become 2 H2O particles, right? Plus then whenever carbon become in perfect combustion, carbon becomes carbon dioxide, right, with the reaction with oxygen, therefore there will be carbon dioxide, and as there is only one carbon, there will be only one carbon dioxide, right? So let us find number of oxygens required. Here for H2O, two oxygens are required, two O are required, and for carbon dioxide 2 O are required, therefore 2 plus 2 4 are required, therefore already we have 2. So here can you see, here 2 O are required, here 2 O are required, 2 plus 2 4 O's are required, therefore O2, therefore if I multiply these two, therefore 2 into 2 will become 4, that means 2 air molecules are required. So for perfect combustion we can say 2 air molecules are required, and this just now also we have seen, right? For methane, two oxygen or two air molecules are required, right? And see, the nitrogens will not react with anyone, nitrogen will not react with anyone, therefore this 2 into 79 by 21 nitrogens will come out as it is 2 into 79 by 21 nitrogens, and large amount of heat is released during the process, right? This is a stoichiometric combustion. And for stoichiometric combustion, let us find fuel air ratio theoretical. That is, fuel air ratio is mass of fuel theoretical divided by mass of air. Let us find this then. Therefore we can say fuel air ratio theoretical is equal to mass of fuel theoretical divided by mass of air, right? So is equal to, now mass of fuel theoretical, mass, how to calculate mass? This is a chemistry only, my dear students. Mass of fuel theoretical, here there is a fuel and carbon, there is only one carbon, the atomic mass of carbon is 12, there is 4 hydrogens, the atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. So mass of fuel theoretical will be 1 into, there is 12 for carbon, only one carbon and atomic mass is 12, there are 4 hydrogens and atomic mass is 1, plus 4 hydrogens, atomic mass is 1, right? This is a mass of fuel theoretical. Now this whole term divided by mass of air. Now for air, can you see here, the atomic number of oxygen is 16, right? Atomic number of nitrogen is 14, right? 14, sorry, 14. So my dear students, there are two air molecules are present, therefore multiply 2 into, in bracket, right? There are two oxygens again, O2, atomic mass of one of O is 16, therefore 2 into 16 plus. Now atomic mass of nitrogen is 14, but how many 7, there are 79 by 21 into 2 into 14, 79 by 21 into 2, these are the nitrogens, into atomic mass of 1 is 14, and this answer will be equal to, if I calculate, 0.0582538, this will be the answer. Now it is mentioned that 25% is 25% of air is less. That means from 2, 25% is less, right? 2 into 0.25 is equal to 0.5 is less out of 2, means 2 minus 0.5, that means 1.5 moles of air are available, right? Therefore for actual reaction 1.5 moles of air are available, therefore CH4 plus 1.5 into O2 plus 79 by 21 N2. This will be the reaction. So my dear students, here let us find the fuel air ratio actual. Now while calculating fuel air ratio actual, instead of this 2, there will be only 1.5, right? And rest calculation is similar. Therefore, here we will write fuel air ratio actual is equal to mass of fuel actual divided by mass of air, therefore is equal to mass of fuel actually is here 1 into 12 plus 4 into 1 divided by, now 1.5 moles of air in bracket, rest is similar, 2 into 16 plus 79 by 21 into 2 into 14, rest is similar. So calculate, here the answer will be 0.07767. So my dear students, phi is equal to mass of fuel actual divided by mass of fuel theoretical, which is nothing but fuel air ratio actual divided by fuel air ratio theoretical, which is nothing but 0.07767 divided by 0.0582538, that already written in front of you, which is nothing but 1.33. This answer will be 1.33. Now what is the meaning of this phi? See my dear students, everything is written on the board, so you can easily understand, or you can easily put the values and you will get the result. Now the phi is equal to 1.33, that means phi is more than 1. Phi is more than 1, that means it is a rich mixture, right? And my dear students, therefore phi is nothing but mass of fuel actual divided by mass of fuel theoretical, which is nothing but 1.33. Therefore we can say mass of fuel actual is equal to 1.33 times mass of fuel theoretical. That means the mass of fuel actual is 33% more here. This term, 0.33 is nothing but percentage, right? Therefore mass of fuel actual is 33% more than stoichiometric or perfect combustion of mass of fuel. Thank you dear students. In next lecture we will see more numericals on thermochemistry.